Welcome back, everybody, to Pro League down here live in the Nexon Arena. KT Roaster right now up 2-0 on Prime. A couple of stomps here. Quick day for us. My name is Valdez. Joined with me is Moonglade, rocking the cool hair.
Quick day indeed, Valdez. We're looking fantastic, and the games have been pretty swift so far. Here's a prediction for stats.
Yeah. As well as the prediction for Life versus Boom Boom, I want to say my producer said that it was too one-sided to show, but we've seen 2 6-0s in both the first game and the third game here. It was also a 6-0 in game number 2, if you guys are curious.
Yeah.
Very, very one-sided games here today.
Well, I guess it kind of demoralizes the team as well, right?
Like, yeah, that's actually true. That's actually a really good point.
Well, like, it's kind of messed up as well. Like, the team obviously gets to watch the big screen and is like, well, you know, everyone's just voting for the other team. Like, clearly we're pretty bad or we're not as good. And there's Flash with his meat. Probably one of the weirder gifts you could ever get someone.
Flash and his meat. That's what everybody wants to see.
I'm going to bring a piece of meat for life next time, I'll tell you that much.
Just show up with like a steak in your hand, all bloody and stuff. You hand it to him. A gift for the blood god.
Straight out of the cow's guts. All right, so here we go. YoDa versus Stats. Some of you might be thinking, why do you think Stats is one of the best in career, Moonglade?
Why don't you explain
He lost in GSL, Moonglade. Well, you know what? He lost against Zergs in GSL while he was preparing for Maru in the semis, I believe it was, of Star League.
Yep.
So you know what? GSL qualifiers, well, not like the biggest part of his regime at that time, his practice regime.
Also, the GSL qualifiers are brutal. You're playing so many different players, so many different races, like time and time again. You don't know what you're going up against. It's very hard to practice for. Good players fall out of that all the time.
Yeah,
you know?
he lost to Shine and Hyun, so you know what? He probably got cheesed out.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all.
He probably actually wasn't like really preparing for it all, and you ran into those Zergs who are a little bit trickier. Gets knocked out.
This guy made it to the round of 4. He barely lost to Maru, and he's 5-0. Or not 5-0, but he's got a 5-game winning streak here in Pro League, I should say. He lost his first game, but after that, he got really angry, and he's like, okay, now's my time to shine.
This guy is sick against Terran.
Yeah, that's very true as well. Saying something there about a 3-0 against Prime. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens here. Guys, we're jumping into game number 3. It's going to be YoDa versus Stats. Let's see if YoDa can pull something out here for Prime and himself. The map is going to be King Sejong Station here. Let's jump into game number 3 right now. YoDa versus Stats. Down here in the bottom right, in the purple for Prime, the Terran player, their last hope. It is YoDa.
And up here in the top left, one of the best Protosses, not Zergs, in career, it is Stats. Whoops.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh man, I screwed it up.
It's okay, Moonglade. That was like the shortest shot we've ever gotten of the crowd.
Yeah.
It was up there for like literally half a second, came back.
Just like, oh crap, there's no one there actually. Switch back. Or like they're all still holding flash signs or something. It's like, god damn, these flash fangirls.
They just never stop. Oh, this is what everybody wants to see, man. The first-person view.
Yum.
Let's get some boxing on some of those workers here.
Now, I want to know,
spamming.
What does someone like Stats do at the start of the game? He looks like a bit more of a sophisticated sort of Protoss. He wouldn't just be spamming. He would be... Looks like he uses 2 camera hotkeys in his main base as we see YoDa fix up his hotkeys. Busted!
Oh, God.
He's busted, man.
I don't think we've ever seen that, actually.
He's like,
for this season.
Crap, I forgot that. That's so funny.
And we quickly switch back.
I want to see full screen of 1 player, not 2 players at the start of the game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna work on, trying to convince production to fix this up here.
I believe you have mentioned that once.
I did mention that, didn't I?
Yeah. And maybe we can get that going a bit later. As well as some more first-person views a little bit later on the game, of course.
around the 15-minute mark when the macro was strong. And
no.
YoDa. His hotkeys are still not fixed up. He screwed up.
Yeah, he was talking to the ref actually while the game was going on with his like headphones out and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but he also didn't say PP in the chat. So
if you take your headphones off during the game, I'm pretty sure that's also a warning. Like, you can't do that kind of stuff without PPPing. Oh, man, that's the last thing Prime needs right now. They have no momentum. They've lost 2 in a row very one-handedly. One-sidedly, sorry.
Yeah, something like that.
All what I said above sounds about right. Hotkey settings, as we saw in the first-person view, he gets a warning. Golf clap.
Yeah, Stats doesn't look impressed at all.
He's actually
like, whatever.
He was busy using 2 camera hotkeys in his main base.
Yeah, that can take a lot out of you, you know? You got to be careful
with
that.
That's just weird as hell as well. Like, that's what you do
at
the start
of the game. He had
hotkey
just slightly to the bottom left. I guess maybe he's looking at that ledge for Reapers, I guess.
I don't know.
What else would that be for, though?
To kill time while he makes workers, I guess.
I mean, I guess.
I would like hotkey a pylon before I did that, though. Because that would just give me a headache.
But the pylon's like also right next to the Nexus.
Yeah, so was the camera hotkey, right? So
yeah.
Either way, but at least you have like a little bit more time between a camera hotkey and a pylon or something.
Mm. Well, what we did see at least from the game, we did see YoDa putting down a gas, and he also had that barracks on the way. So he's probably going for that just standard Reaper. Wants to get the scout down on this map. We did mention that's probably one of the builds we might see today on this map. Here's another old shot of Kanata.
Whoa.
Survivor of Emperor, something like that.
Interesting.
Not sure about the reference, but the Emperor survives nonetheless. We are going to see this probe scouting, I believe. No pylons over there to make any buildings. I guess he could put down a pylon down here first. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Hiding that pylon early, you know, you're going to make the Reaper a little bit more nervous when it comes to scout.
Yeah. Just based on the pylon, what we've seen a lot on this map, you know, from that pylon is Stargate. We could see other stuff, though, you know, maybe some kind of Twilight tech. But we'll just have to wait and see from stats. This map does offer a lot of different options. We sometimes see, you know, proxy oracles if you do want to go for Stargate. But also we have seen Twilight techs and Blink on this map. It's quite nice. There's a lot of different ledges to blink up and down for. And just put a lot of pressure in the front as well.
Well, usually you're going to see one of two things. There's going to be the Stargate Oracle opening, or it will be the Blink Stalker kind of pressure, contain into, you know, that Colossi double upgrade, etc., etc.
Just kind of doubt that he's going to be putting a Robo down there, you know what I mean?
No, definitely not a place for a Robo. It could just be, you know, a pylon. Might actually have no purpose at all.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point, because it's going to really make that Reaper nervous, like you were talking about before. The Reaper can go into the main base. He's like, oh, there's one pylon missing. Where's that pylon? And then all of a sudden the Reaper's running around the map and taking YoDa's mind off of what Stats really is doing, which is maybe just a very standard game, when in fact it's just a hidden pylon.
Yeah, just a little mind game, you know, to start things off. If the Reaper even gets in, which it did not.
Yeah.
The Reaper was busy looking for proxies and whatnot, and runs into a Stalker, has to turn around. No knowledge whatsoever does YoDa have of what could be happening this game.
Yep, nice positioning there on the Mosup core as well to deny the Reaper coming in. Reaper may go for a bit of a later scout as well, maybe just scout the left side of the map and then go for the jump up there. But in terms of how Stats is doing, he's got the Stalker at the front, Mosup core on the left. I think he should be just fine to deny the scout.
Yeah, we're going to see Twilight Council as the first sort of tech or stats in this game. Looks like the Reaper will see it, unless this Stalker can shut it down.
I think he's going to see it, but he's going to pay for it with his life.
Yeah.
He's going to go down here.
He's gonna pass his use-by date anyway. Like, when it comes to this part of the game, the Reaper is essentially useless, bar scouting what it can. It got the scout off. It's scouted most of the map for any sort of proxies-ish, I guess. He doesn't really go on to the edges, but he seems to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, he also did scout, you know, the entire base, so if he is paying very close attention, he might notice that missing pylon and maybe thinking, oh, you've got a Twilight. Maybe it's, you know, a hidden dark shrine somewhere on the map, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. It might be reading a little too far into it. I don't know. You don't want to do that to yourself either, like mind game yourself with paranoia.
Yeah.
He's always got the scan, you know, to help him out if it was DTs or something crazy as well. See, there's a little bit of leeway there as a Terran.
Looks like, just based on what we're seeing here, Medevac is going to come out a little bit later, but he's already moving across the map with a mine and a bunch of Marines, so maybe just looking to poke at the front.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he could wait here a bit for that Medevac and go for a drop, but it looks like he's going straight for the front first.
This is not going to do anything. That's 4 Stalkers. His mine's going to try again, and he's going to focus it down.
Yeah, it's going to go down. One of the Stalkers does go down, and now these Marines are getting to work on those probes, trying to focus down as many as possible. Looks like he's only going to be able to get 2, though, for the price of, I think that was 6 Marines and 1 Widow Mine.
6 Marines and a mine for 2 probes and a Stalker. Not really worth it this early on, considering what you can do with a Medivac. We are going to see the Medivac follow up with a mine drop, but Observers are going to be out. 4 Stalkers still in the natural. You might have to go for the main base, but there's already, Mothership Core is there waiting with Photon Overcharge.
Looks like he may go for a double drop.
Yeah.
One of them going towards the natural here, the one with all these Marines, and the mine's going for the back.
This could do something. This actually could do something. We don't see much in the main base. But, I mean, a Photon Overcharge and a good probe pull will stop this mine drop. As we see.
Yeah, immediately gets that pull.
Are you
really
watching,
nice
Creator? Are you watching? That's how you do it.
Yeah, pretty much perfect. He only loses 1 probe.
Done.
At the price of 2 Widow Mines. He does lose a lot of mining time, of course. But again, it's harder to clean it up more clean than that.
Yeah. That is exactly how you respond to a mine drop. Usually we would see Creator, pull half the probes and take half the damage, and it's just not good. And he also deflected, the natural drop with those 4 or 5 Stalkers. We are seeing the 3rd base go down for YoDa, so it looks like a bit of a contingency plan there. He's like, well, the drops just aren't really getting anything done. I can't even really make the probes pull for very long. I'm getting no momentum here. He's going to try for the drop again. Mine gets shut down. Nothing is working out.
Yeah, free mine there. It's kind of hard to drop 1 mine against 5 Stalkers, Looks like there's already 3 Observers out on the map as well. So Stats has got really good coverage of the map. And looks like he's just trying to tech up here a lot. He's going for double upgrades, Colossi after the blink. So he's going to stay on 2 base here for a little bit. And he's moving his Stalkers out on the map, maybe just to poke, before that stim is done. Just based on the ability, he knows that stim is going to be delayed. And he's going to try to do exactly that.
Yeah, he's going to scout. He's going to try and contain what he can, pick off what he can, get a couple of Marines, blink out. He knows exactly the composition and how much of it is coming his way. Good position, good scouting from Stats. Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's confidence right there.
Really, really cool play out of Stats. He's going to do it again.
Whittling them down before they even get to his base, And he's already got a Colossus. He's got a Sentry, and he can warp in a few Zealots to help buffer, and he should be easily deflecting this.
Second Colossus almost done as well. Looks like YoDa wants to head towards that 3rd base and possibly cancel it.
Oh, yeah, he's got to get on top of this Stats if he wants to keep it alive. Still no stim, by the way.
Yeah, that's the big thing here. It's going to be really hard to focus that down. And now with the blink and the Colossi chasing, and no stim, he's got a boost out of there.
Wow.
Oh, and the blink almost catches one of those medevacs. That would have been disastrous.
Yeah, that would have been horrible. But, I mean, still, everything gets shut down once again. Stats wins yet another engagement. Nothing has done damage to Stats except for that small probe pull in the main base. Nothing else has worked whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's kind of unheard of at this point. Usually we see Terrans get a lot more momentum early on and a lot more economic damage, even if it is just workers having to be pulled. But nothing at all for YoDa.
Yeah, he's trying to send out a couple of drops here as well as a bunch of units, actually, towards that 3rd base. Maybe he wants to send a double drop maybe to the left side while he draws that army to the right.
This could do something, double drop towards the natural or main, and a counterattack to the 3rd, or a double attack. He is up 20 supply, essentially, YoDa, that is. He has, built at least some momentum with his faster 3rd base. Keeping Stats busy this whole time.
Scan coming in here. Damage? I don't know. This may be the drop that does it, but it is scouted now in a big blink forward. He's going to try to focus down some of these medevacs. He already gets 1.
Oh, my God.
The Nexus Cannon coming down here in the main. A big drop to the left side as well. The Colossi, they need a little bit more buffering. Those 2 Colossi able to do a lot of damage, but 1 is going to go down. The fight over here is not so good for Stats either.
Yeah, not the best. Trading against Marauder is never going to be good, but still, I think he's going to wipe everything up. And, that's sort of still a great defense from Stats there. Oh, his 3rd base might take a little bit of damage from this double drop if he chooses to.
Yeah, he knows those units are pretty out of position, but he has to be careful of those Blink Stalkers. They can easily focus down both of those very weak medevacs right now. And he's going to do exactly that, it looks like. So,
Still, you know, getting quite a decent amount of Stalkers from all this.
Yeah. Pretty even trade overall. Stats floating a lot of minerals there, actually, for a while, going up to 1,000.
Yeah, I really want
trying to defend everything.
I want to see him get charged. I want to see him get charged now. He can't afford it, and he probably should get it because he's going to need a lot of Zealots with this composition. We haven't seen him go into Templar yet, from what I see. Yeah, he hasn't got anything like that. So he's going to stay with, you know, Gateway, Colossi, heavy upgrades, which is really good. It's all about deflecting what comes his way. And here we go once again. YoDa bringing up another army, sizable army this time.
Yeah. But the thing is, right as this attack is going to hit, the +2/+2 finishes for the Protoss.
Oh, yeah.
He's already got 3 Colossi. There are no Vikings on the map. And as long as there's actually 4 Colossi on the map right now. As long as the positioning is good here from Stats, I think he should be able to take this one. Let's see the splits from YoDa. They're okay. He gets a decent concave, but all those Colossi in the back are doing so much damage.
Against 4 Colossi, you're going to try and fight like this? I don't think so, YoDa. That's never going to happen, mate. You're going to need to come back with at least 12 Vikings if you want to have any sort of chance with that.
Yeah.
Way too much damage. He is now down 12 supply. He's going for a 4th base, but we could very well see a counterattack from Stats anytime now.
We finally see the Viking production coming in here. He's making 4 at a time. But we got that 5th Colossus on the way. There's a sizable amount of Stalkers. He just took a huge engagement, and Stats is moving forward for that counterattack, just like you were saying.
Yeah, here we go. Not really many Zealots with this composition just yet, which might be something you want to wait for. You know, you really need a buffer for those Stalkers against the Marauders. Only 3 Vikings, 4 Vikings with this army. That's 1 for each Colossus. Not going to happen. Not nearly enough DPS to take him down during the fight. He's going to have to give up this 4th base.
Yeah, that's going to be canceled. There we go. We got the +3 armor on the way, as well as that charge and the Templar Archives. A couple things you were hoping to see. But he's on the front doorstep, so YoDa here, and still not that many Vikings. He's got 8 now. It's a much better number than 0, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But a lot of Blink Stalkers are going to do work against those guys.
Yeah, that's some really heavy upgrades. He's down a whole set at this point. The Vikings are really going for it. They're in really deep. Big blink forward from Stats. He's going to clean them all up, and there's simply going to be too many Colossi left over for this army to take on.
Just way, way too many. He's got that +2/+2 before YoDa's finishes, and he should be able to clean this one up. Easy peasy. Really nice micro out of Stats. Here's a big warp in his Zealots, as well as an extra Colossus as if he needed it. Looks like Stats is going to shut this one out. GG! KT Rolster takes it 3-0.
Complete domination, and that's why I say Stats is one of the best Protosses in Korea, man. He is insane in this matchup. Obviously,
undeniably.
Yeah, he's coming up a lot of practice against his match against Maru as well. You know, he's very well trained and currently in this condition. A little bit of an upset in his GSL qualifiers, but you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
He can play pro league.
So, a bit of a quick one here, KT versus Prime. Just kind of the KT we were hoping to see in round number 1, as well as coming in here to the start of round number 2. Of course, this is Prime, not the hardest team to defeat, but maybe off of the back of these victories, they can really push forward. All 3 players that played today definitely playing pretty well. Flash even doing well as well.
Yeah, he looked fantastic today. Good to see Flash winning some games again. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Yeah.
Obviously had to win today no matter what. But he did beat a good player. You know, Creator is a good player. Obviously not the best in this matchup, but still an impressive win. And let's see if he comes out again next week and gets another win under his belt.
Yeah. Good to see Myungshik coming in to YoDa's booth there and just